A phrase I came across recently has stayed with me: plant blindness. It describes the tendency to overlook the many plant species that surround us. To me, that feels like a quiet kind of loss. Not because knowing 100 plant names would bring happiness in itself, but because there is something deeply rewarding in simply noticing and growing curious about the living world around us. On this walk, I wasn't gathering, only observing. This video is about the plants I encountered and the ways they have supported human life in the past. The first to catch my eye was a ground cell species, glowing with small yellow flowers. Today, it is no longer recommended for internal use due to its toxicity, though historically, it was used to help control heavy bleeding. In open areas, common storksbill blooms abundantly in April. Sheep are often grazed here, which helps maintain the meadow and prevents shrub encroachment. This plant too was once valued in herbal traditions, used to support digestion, reduce inflammation, and address various minor ailments, particularly those affecting women's health. Its young leaves were even gathered as food. Not far from here, I noticed the basal rosettes of great mullein, Verbascum phlomoides. Later in the season, it will send up tall flowering stems, but even now, its thick, softly textured leaves are unmistakable. It remains a well-known medicinal plant today, most often used in teas for coughs and respiratory discomfort. Further along, flowering rushes and sedges hint at the presence of water. The stream is close, though I already know the way. In recent years, this area has grown noticeably drier, but these plants still persist. This time, however, the water level is higher than I've seen in a while, likely due to recent rains. Later in the season, frogs will join the soundscape, but for now, it is mostly birds calling from the trees. Black sedge is already in bloom, unbothered by the coolness of early April. Unlike grasses, sedges have solid stems rather than hollow ones, a small detail that reveals their closer relationships. Though still common here, they are sensitive to agricultural runoff, which increasingly shapes the surrounding landscape. Traditionally, sedges were also used in weaving, alongside reeds and bulrushes, for making everyday objects like mats and chair seats. Across the stream, I catch sight of what appears to be wild hops climbing upward. Its leaves vary greatly in shape, making it easy to recognize. While best known as an ingredient for brewing, it has also been used to prepare a mild, calming tea. In some places, its young shoots are even gathered as a seasonal vegetable. Nearby, Greater Celandine spreads its bright green leaves. Its vivid orange sap has long been associated with traditional uses for skin conditions, though as with many such plants, caution is essential. Not all life here is immediately obvious. Fallen wood, often seen as untidy, is one of the most valuable habitats in the landscape. Here too, small insects have already made it their home. Entire communities depend on such places for shelter, for food, for continuity. Among the plants that caught my attention for future foraging were the mallows. Their fruits were once nibbled by children, and historically, marshmallow confections were made from related species. Even today, dried mallow leaves are used in herbal teas to help with throat irritation and cough. I've spoken about hoary grass in another video, a modest but pleasantly pungent edible when used with care. And of course, not all plants here are safe to use. This one, by its appearance, seems to be hemlock, one of the most toxic species in the region. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to support the channel, you can like, comment, or subscribe. It truly means a lot.